Hey there, sexy souls. Welcome to Weird and Woo Woo. We're about to do a week ahead tarot reading. I literally, okay, so the energy was so intense that I had to kind of like stop and take a reprieve. Before I started, like I've already tried to record this, right? And it was maybe going for about 4 minutes. And it was like the intensity of the energy that hit me was pretty, and it didn't happen until I went to go push record on the device, and I was like, why is it so? And like I got this shot of adrenaline, and with it I kept feeling like a burning sensation in my abdomen, but not like, it's not I gotta go to the bathroom or something like that. It's not that. It's like just like when, you know, when adrenaline gets exerted and it has like a burning sensation. That's what it reminded me of. And it's kind of like down near my sacral, but also like right around the belly button. It's like all surrounding it. So it's kind of like encompassing the sacral and the solar, because it's going up as well. Like it's all of the abdomen. And I was like, okay. And then I was like feeling like this, but not like jittery. Like, you know, when you got a lot of energy going through you, but you're not shaking necessarily, even though right now it feels like it's pretty intense. So it's kind of like reminds me of like when you're about to go out on stage and give a TED talk, you know, like when you haven't done anything like that before ever. So somebody metaphorically maybe stepping out on a stage, but they wanted me to pull the messenger oracle. It just got, I had to like calm myself down, even though the energy is still very intense. Like housing this is pretty, and my heart is kind of, it's palpitating. It is palpitating. So just FYI in there. So just giving you a backstory. Now, before we jump into this, even though I already jumped into it, let me give you a friendly reminder. When I tell you it's intense. Friendly reminder that you are the sovereign being over your entire life, which means you get to determine if, how, when, where, why any of these messages might apply, okay? So we don't ever, ever, ever Cinderella this shit to make it fit. Fantastic. All right, Spirit. Let's delve into this. What's the message? I feel like the messenger oracle is really kind of like a tip of the iceberg, a little nurture all you love. Okay. Observe in silence. That's 30, 31. They're showing me the third eye, and it's like seeing things clearly, seeing something, but it's like being a witness to it rather than observe in silence. Like not being reactive to either downloads, your visions. It's not sharing those visions. It's not, it's just being an observance of and acknowledging them is what I want to say. Okie dokie. Okay, do not fear the unknown. Something may be happening this week that's, I would say, filled and riddled with the unknown, if I could say that. And you may be receiving downloads and messages in addition to what happens or what occurs. And so it's kind of like, but it's not meant for you to share necessarily right away. Or if things happen around you, it's not for you to get involved in to a certain degree. We will get into, it's not be reactive. Okay, there is no reaction, there's no reacting. It's just a state of observance, witnessing, understanding, and knowing. They're definitely bringing me back to the third eye. Like I feel like what transpires, you know, on a grander scale of how that will expand or how that will maneuver or how that will go. And you're really meant to be in a state of allowance, like just let it. Like, I feel like saying don't interfere. Like, don't try to help. I don't know. It's let it flow. Nurture all that you love really just feels like during this, as things unfold, the only thing you should be doing is taking care of yourself, taking care of personal matters, taking care of things close, near, and dear to you, if that makes sense. So it's like I don't think that tells us what's happening. I think each one of these is telling you how to handle, how to react to, how to deal with what's going to transpire this week, okay? This isn't saying what's going to transpire. So we're going to look into what's transpiring. I feel like nurture all that you love is like, do you, boo-boo. Take care of you right now, okay? Do what's right and good for you. That's the premise. Okay, so we're going to use New Era elements. The energy is still there. It probably will be until we start bringing out some of this. I want to say maybe whatever transpires really ignites some level of adrenaline for you and ignites, like pulls you online, because if we're talking about sacral and solar energy, there's something there. There's something there. Words are beside me right now, Spirit, and if you could help me with those, that'd be really, really great with this channel, okay? Because I'm feeling more than I'm able to articulate. And I don't feel, it's funny because it's not like I took time to kind of like readjust to it, but they want me to still feel it. I think that you're going to feel the impact of what happens this week. I heard monumental, like maybe a life milestone or a milestone happens. Now, this could be happening external to you. We do have some pretty major events that are meant to happen this week, as far as like elections and stuff that can make impacts globally. But really, I feel like there is a wait for events to unfold. Yeah. Lovers. So you may be witnessing, seeing something, knowing something. Again, I feel like you're witnessing something, even experiencing it, but seeing something from a greater, broader, more informed. I think you're getting visions and downloads and things like that. Okay, are we going like this or like this? Like this? I feel like this is better. Let's see. I'm getting something, but I'm gonna seek clarification first before I. There are moves being made, because they said moves will be had, and I'm gonna do a play on words. Some type of movement, some type of action, taking action towards something. Somebody's making some calculated moves. But I also feel like as far as like the moves will be had, there's a play for somebody on like move. Again, environmental move. Just Okay, so somebody is, we're just going to say this. There is someone moving away from a love connection that you may be a witness to, like you may receive information on, or you may see. Because I've got the Lovers here, and then I have the Eight of Cups, which is something that someone once thought. And I got this, but I wanted to grab more, and it totally makes sense. So somebody is, the Eight of Cups tells you about leaving something that you thought once was yours, or that you really wanted, something that you thought was for you at one point. And then we have the Emperor. This is a very strategic move, and this came out in the reverse. I always put things upright, but they are telling me that it's like, it may appear, it has the appearance, okay, of sudden and out of the blue and out of nowhere, but it's not. Between the Emperor and when it came out reverse, it's not an impulsive move, okay? I feel like you're going to be seeing somebody separating, and it's not an overnight thing. It's not an out of nowhere thing. It's not knee-jerk reaction, or it doesn't have anything to do with player energy of, like, you know, like what within this dynamic, it makes perfect sense. This individual is taking action this week, and the Nine of Nine of Wands in reverse. You know, Nine of Wands is kind of like that very protective energy, that very willing to fight, right? And I feel as if I'm saying, I want to say that when I move it into the upright, because I tend to do that. They're not telling me to leave anything in reverse, but the fact that it comes out reverse first, and they're like, put it upright. So in reverse, there's a bit of a haphazard, not putting oneself first, not being diligent enough, not having loose boundaries, I want to say, and not enforcing those boundaries, right? But in upright, it is knowing one's worth, and there's also a sense of like something not being worth fighting for. With the Nine of Wands in reverse, right? Because there's a sense of, you know what I'm saying, with the Nine of Wands versus the Seven of Wands, where Seven of Wands also talks about your self-respect, self-love, your boundaries, what you're worthy of, right? And the Nine of Wands is like fighting for that and willing to go to the lengths and extent of that, and sometimes overdoing it, right? Somebody once upon a time had very loose boundaries and didn't uphold those. But when I see this next to the Hierophant, which is like a higher level of commitment, one, either somebody didn't, I want to say, this can go one of two ways. Either you're witnessing the separation in a coupling, and it's a result of finally leaving something behind that should have never been, going towards a true, genuine wish fulfillment, and realizing and recognizing who or what they were with, or the situation was not what they truly wished or wanted for, that they had loose boundaries, because there's always two ways to take action, right? When you desire love, you can go about it in a way where, you know what I'm saying, you have loose boundaries and anybody goes, they just fill the position kind of thing. But I feel like they have this idea and this notion and this desire for the type of higher level commitment. Now, this could also be somebody who, I feel like this could be you, or it could be somebody else, where you're determining that you do want love. You may have given up on love at one point, and it may seem you may have been in a situation, like in a circumstance, you're walking away from a situation that your take on love wasn't good, or you know, you're moving away from that. Your view and your take on what love really is may have been beneficial at some point for you, Eight of Cups, but it's no longer what you desire or want. You now wish and desire to have the kind of love that you've always envisioned. And you may have felt like love in the past was not worth fighting for. Like you didn't want to take the actions, you didn't want to move forward or act on any kind of love, which is, again, there was zero passion. So it's like either somebody's uncoupling and you're witnessing this, or someone here, you or another person, is getting to the place of where love is worth it, and it's worth the fight, and it's worth preserving, and you do want a higher level commitment. And this could be just in general or with a particular person, okay? Because that's where we determine. We have the Ace of Cups. And for the situation where you were observing, I feel this action comes because somebody does believe in a better love. Like there's no settling, is what I want to say. Nine of Wands gives me the energy of not settling. They mean business. They're willing to defend their beliefs, defend what it is that they want. And it's like, I'm not backing down. I believe in a spiritual commitment. I believe in a soul connection. I believe in something higher or better. That's the premise, I think, of this situation for any scenario where either you're watching an uncoupling happen, or you are coming to this determination and this knowing and committing to the path of desiring. And that may be a 180. It may seem like a 180 to other people, right? Because it seems like knee-jerk reaction, but it's actually a very strategic one. Somebody is squarely back on their throne and they're like, you know what, this is what I want. People haven't seen what you've been going through behind the scenes to make this change in observance, right? And there's a choice. I keep hearing that song, higher love. What is it? Take me to a higher love. Whoa. Because I can sing, guys. And this is where we come upon the unknown. And I think that observant silence is something that happens this week, is as a result of either choosing this or watching, witnessing this. Like there is a, whatever happens, that there's a shift on that. There's a shift within that, right? And rather than, okay, let's say you come to the conclusion that you want to give love a chance, or love is worth fighting for, or love, you're worth it, and that it's worth the effort and the what it takes to have this. It doesn't mean that you have to do something, though. Remember, observe. I feel like in this choice, you get a lot of downloads. Also, in witnessing somebody uncoupling, you might get a lot of downloads. If you're the one choosing, you get a lot, you know what I'm saying? Or if someone else is making this choice on the other side, like they may not be uncoupling, but they decide, I do want something. This, and again, it's funny because I get a sense of like there's this coming together, like a history, but not a history. So this may be somebody who didn't pursue you before, or who hasn't shown up in your life because they had given up on love and now they're willing to come after it and that kind of thing. And it's kind of like, because I'm definitely getting a lot of sacral, like somebody coming to life, somebody feeling passion, and being fueled by that. your role while this is happening is to be just taking care of you. If you get wind of somebody breaking up, you ain't supposed to be doing shit, okay? There's this behind the scenes web being weaved, right? And they're showing me a web where like it's meant to make sure something comes your way, to catch it when it's time, right? But it's not meant for you to do anything about. So you may be receiving all kinds of information. Like, let's say you're like, I'm ready. And you meet somebody that kind of, you're like, oh, for the first time, I'm actually like, ooh, like you want to flirt, right? It doesn't mean you do anything. Feel the feeling of the adrenaline, feel the feeling of the knowing of life force running through you, unobstructed. The only thing you should be doing is taking care of you, nurturing you, doing things for you, and just let things unfold. Even if I just get the feeling like you see something and you witness something and then you see something, like a download, and it's like, but you're not meant to do anything with it. So if you get downloads this week, it doesn't mean that the Spirit's going, this is your job, make sure it happens. No, Spirit's giving you an FYI, but you're not supposed to do anything about it. You're not supposed to act on it right now. You may feel the need, because you're like, well, how's that going to pan out? You may feel the need to kind of like, no, like, and try to make it happen. Don't try to make shit happen, okay? Just let it. Be okay with the unknown, because I feel like whatever you are observing, whether it's you coming online, you finally going, oh shit, I'm actually interested. Oh, okay. I am like open to the idea of, oh, okay. It's like, but you're not supposed to do anything with it just yet, okay? That's what I want to say. And that's what the illusion is. Okay, what do I do with this? Now that I want this, now that I'm willing to take action towards it, like I want to take action towards this desire, but there's a restraint here with the 9 of Wands. Whatever you witness here, it's like somebody is ready, whether it's this person leaving someone, can I just say, this is the weirdest feeling, but it feels as if it's like, if somebody, remember how I said it's like, it's not an overnight, it's not like, it happened knee jerk. It's been, like things have been happening, because they want you to know it's actually very strategic. So the idea here that I'm getting is, if you see somebody uncoupling, best bet, there's been an uncoupling before. It's just now coming out to everybody. I strongly feel like this is not somebody who is just now breaking up. It is just now becoming news for people, okay? And so it's kind of like this is a very strategic, like maybe people didn't tell people before, or maybe there was a reason people weren't discussing it, but behind the scenes, people weren't together. I feel that there's been and that may be true for them, because like there was a disengagement from something that once meant something, or they thought was for them, and now they're willing to go towards what is for them. So I will say, if you see an uncoupling, there is an energy that this person is leaving something behind, leaving a relationship behind, with the intent of finding something for them, something that they feel like they didn't have before, that they know is meant for them. Like, there is an intention. It isn't like, I'm just leaving and now I'm going to go play the field. Again, I think that's also the reason why, because I come up. So just so that you know, if you are witnessing this was going on long before. And I got to be honest with you. I feel a distance between the two. So it's not like, oh, well, we fell out with each other, but we still stayed. And I feel like there's been a breakup long before things come out. Okay? Okay. And that's a heavy, I do feel like that is a good portion of who I'm reading for. Even though I think that there's also another portion where it's kind of like, there's now a choosing of, like, I want to pursue love. I'm now open to it. I'm now willing to find what it is that I want and desire. And there's been a bit of strategy behind that. Like there's been this building up to this point. And there's this impassioned desire. Like it took time to get here, took time to do this, to get to this place, but now someone is reignited, right? But there is a caution, not a caution, it's, I don't use caution, there is a, part of that strategy is not to just jump on something, the first thing that comes around, right? And so that's where I think that restraint comes from. It is exercising, and maybe before, whoever has had issues with love and things like that, like they are finally getting to the place where they may have had poor boundaries. Remember we talked about poor boundaries? Same with the other person, but if this is you, you had poor boundaries before, you would just, they're saying you would jump on. You would just jump on anything, and it's like, oh my God. You would take action towards it if there was a little bit of passion there. And that did not bode well for a higher level of commitment, right? But you are in this place where this person or you are making a decision that you want this higher level commitment, you want a more divine connection, a divine love experience, and that your cup is full and you really have it ready on offer. And I want to say something about that lines up with your intuition coming online, but you don't know what that means. Now what? Now what? Okay, let's talk more. Yeah, we're going to do the Starman Tarot. So the adrenaline very well be like somebody may be approached by somebody. Somebody may, it's kind of like don't react and don't, for lack of a better term, jump on the first opportunity. If somebody approaches you and shows interest and like you notice that like your sacral energy kind of goes woohoo and like your adrenaline starts to pump and you start, it makes sense now, like woo, like, you know, the hot feeling, observe. Don't necessarily let that show. Take care of you. Keep doing you. Keep doing things that make you happy. And I feel like things will unfold. Be okay with the unknown. Like, and also if somebody approaches you and you're like, you suddenly get afraid, like, oh no, they're like, breathe. Be okay with the unknown. It's okay. Don't fear. Six of Pentacles. I'm gonna put this over here for right now. This orange and yellow energy, sacral and solar energy, big time. Again, they're doing this theme today with this one. It came out a little bit like this. Again, you were in the energy of not receiving, because the Six of Pentacles is usually doling out, and there's like multiple people waiting to receive, and while one is receiving, the other isn't necessarily. And so you were in the energy of not having something happen, not receiving this, but you are now in the energy of being able to receive. Ooh, oh my God. 6 and 6. I was about to say, if there's another 6, it would be 666 is actually the number of love. 6 is the number of love. 6 of Pentacles, 6 of Swords, and the Lovers is the 6. Okay. take me to a higher love. So the cheetah is usually like, goosh, right? Really fast, right? But she's not being very fast right now. We have the snake, which is, again, the energy of like Kundalini, life force. They threw a word out, and I was like, are you serious? You don't want me to say that, do you? I immediately went quiet as soon as I heard that. I was like, what? Oh, eroticism? Oh, I don't know what. Okay. I don't know where that one's coming from. I mean, I do, but I don't. Receiving something that puts you into a better place, allowing you to move towards your desires. I'm gonna keep pulling. It threw me for a loop. I just stopped. I was like, I was listening, and it was real quiet. I was like, should I? Okay. So the web that is being weaved for you by spirit to ensure something does not pass you up, so that it comes your way. It's kind of like, they keep showing me a web that catches something so it doesn't pass you by. Now I don't think like this is not like something going to be trapped kind of thing. Like that's not the way that it feels. It's just like an insurance that something can't pass you up. Oof. There's a need for a slow reveal. And when I say slow, can we just remember with the moon phases happen in the span of a month. It's not really slow, right? But it's almost like letting something reveal itself to you or happen or develop in its appropriate phases. So I think they use the moon to show this idea that it's not necessarily slow. Moon phases happen pretty quickly, actually, but they do happen in phases. There is a reveal, which is why you're supposed to observe. There is a reveal. Let it happen. Be willing to show a bit of restraint. Don't act immediately don't be too quick. When you're talking about more of a divine love or a soul recognition, there is a coming together. There is a bringing this together, right? The star is about finding your way home. And it's the light and the dark that takes you where you need to go. But it's also about being led down the right path and allowing spirit. And so there may be phases to whatever this is. This choice of love. It's a choice of love. Either way, whether somebody has left and they're going out and seeking the right love for them, or if you're coming back online and saying, I'm choosing love, I want to find this again, but it doesn't require you to immediately try to pursue it, kind of thing, right? Like, let it reveal itself to you. Let it happen in its natural phases. Again, these phases are not necessarily long. You're not talking years. I can tell you right now, we're not talking years. Let spirit guide you and reveal this to you. Tell me more about the Six of Swords and the Six of Pentacles. I want to know more about that. This is something that you will receive, and that maybe this is like the transitory period. Like, as this unfolds, there's a lot of transitions that are going to be happening. Let's go ahead and see clarity on that. I told you. I was like, what if they do 666? Ah! Ah! Okay. 6 of Wands. Oh. This is going to be very yummy. Okay. There will be success in this. You will get to receive. It is your turn. And the Six of Pentacles does talk about reciprocity. Like, it is your turn. It is your turn. And things are getting better. And you will be successful this time. This will be successful. I'm just excited. Now I'm excited. Like at what Spirit does, stuff like that. I was like, what if they do 666? And then there it goes. Tell me more about this. The 6 of Pentacles, 6 of Wands, and the 6 of Swords. That almost came out, but Queen of Cups. Allow something to come to you. Queen of Cups is in her receptive mode. I feel like saying there's a sense of knowingness and allowing something to come to you, allowing, whether it's a person, if this is an uncoupling and you're like, you just know something is going to end up happening between the two of you, let them come to you. Let them come to you. If this is I'm coming open to love again, it is, and you're kind of like getting downloads, like if your Spirit's telling you somebody's coming in, don't try to fucking go find them. Don't try to be like, make it so that you find them. Let it come to you. Oh, Ace of Swords. Because that's what it is. The path, the guided path towards one another will be revealed. There's phases to this. Whoops, I put it down here. So it's kind of like, if you don't know exactly how this is going to unfold and you're getting kind of like downloads, don't try to fill in the blanks. Don't try to be like, okay, you gave me this information in a vision, so now I'm going to do this and this to attain that. It's not your job. That was a heads up. That was not a, hey, this is what's going to happen, and it's going to happen because you force it. No. 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 Let the path become clear. The Four of Swords is about allowing yourself to see the truth being revealed in downloads, and the truth being revealed one step at a time, and it's having that patience and letting it come to you. And then the path will become clear. Let each phase of this path reveal itself before you move forward. Okay. Son of a biscuit. So that's where the unobserved. Okay. And I just got, oh my God. This may be true for somebody. There may be situations where both are true. There's an uncoupling happening and you're coming online to love again, and it's like, either you may not know this, like maybe whoever is coming towards you is, because again, I feel like it's just now becoming news, but it's been a thing. This would be like people who were in separation. They weren't living together, but maybe the divorce is finalized or the separation is finally announced. Like people finally know about, oh, did you hear so-and-so is, like it's just becoming public knowledge. My heart just did a flip. Okay, that was true. We have the Temperance with the Ace of Cups. This is love coming in alignment. This is that soul love. Because the Temperance is the marrying of the realities, right? Of the 3D with the 5D kind of situation. It is the coming together of that. It is it is, because temperance is a lot of times like the angel too, like there's let spirit guide you to this. There may be spiritual help in this coming together. So if you've come online and you're like, I'm open to it again, don't try to force it. Don't try to like, put me out on there again. I don't even feel like, honestly, I gotta be honest with you, if some of you are real quick to jump on online dating, maybe don't. Talk that over with your spirit team, but listen to them. They're giving me the divine doors, like something is born in the most unlikely of places. The unlikely of places. Like this will sprout up. Like this week is like the initiation. I'm feeling big now. Somebody may have recently become open to getting back out there and wanting to date or wanting to whatever, and simultaneously something happens where you hear that there's a prominent chunk of y'all where that's happening, and you finally get word or understand. It's almost like you were oblivious and you get word of it now with the synchronicity of this. But this is not a knee-jerk reaction. This is not a quick thing. Oh, it just happened. It's not recent. You're just finding out about it. And then I do think a big portion of y'all, there is a sense of you coming online and somebody else coming online as well. Maybe both choosing to be open to love again. And so it's kind of like, you know, because there's definitely some people where it's like, okay guys, I'm getting people who have had their eye on somebody or have kind of like thought somebody in their mind, but it was never a thing. Like that's a scenario they're showing me. And that same scenario may be the person coming uncoupled. I don't know. But this doesn't feel like an ex coming back. Yes, they're saying that definitively. It's not an ex coming back. So this would not be where bad blood has been shed, or like where bad things have happened and you had to overcome it. These are two individuals who have not been together before. Okay. Wow. Queen of, ooh. Pardon the bluntness, but I just heard the juiciness. Like somebody, like this is the epitome of your sacral. If you happen to notice, I'm just going to say this, okay? If you've kind of made the determination that you are open to love again, and maybe you've come to that realization, and you may even be flirting, we'll say, with the idea in your mind, seeing visions of what you want, you may have an experience this week where your sacral energy comes on full force. That does not mean you act on it. It just means that I want to say that there's a synchrony within the body, like the obstruction was removed. And so there are things are coming, may come back online that were not. And so that's where the adrenaline and the burning over sensation over the body, like the passion, the heat, like things might turn back on for you. I feel that maybe somebody has been offline for a little bit, and it's like, okay, I'm going to be honest with you. It reminds me of, for the ladies out there that have a uterus or any form of that area where the hormones apply for that, right? We go through a time in life where in your late 30s, early 40s, like some stuff comes online that has never been online because of our decreasing estrogen. The testosterone within our body kind of takes a bit more center stage. And you hear stories all the time where it's like women of that age become ravenous. Ravenous. And it's like, for once, we finally understand what it's like to be a male, however you define that, with the testosterone predominance during the 20s. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And how it's like, oh my, like there may be this sudden, insatiable energy that comes online. We'll just put it like that. And that's that. The thing about the Queen of Wands is she attracts, she doesn't chase. So it's her sacral energy, her confidence. Her energy exudes her and like palpitates beyond herself and like lures something into her, right? And so it's one of those things, like she's the epitome of bringing what she desires to her. And so it's kind of like sending out this frequency. So it's, when that comes online, don't be surprised and just observe and don't be afraid. And just take care of whatever needs. Nurture all that you love. Like take care of yourself. Okay? Woo! Wow. Okay. So we've got the Death card, Queen of Swords. Oh, death to the Queen of Swords. Woo! Oh, we have the Queen of Swords and the King of Swords. Okay. Something has begun. The book is open. I think you're going to know things. You're going to know things. Oh my God. You're going to know things. They're going to be downloaded to you. The book is open. The egg is no longer there. It's like the egg has been cracked open. So something has begun. Something begins this week. And we've got both the wand. She has a wand in one hand. And it looks like it's got these little flames, right? These flames that are coming up for the book. Like something has begun. Something has started, initiated, come online. And then she's got the sword, which is upright, which is talking about truth and clarity and understanding and knowing. It does have a little bit of something on there, which kind of indicates the cutting away of certain things. The severing of an obstruction. Now, the death card is death and rebirth, right? Something ending so something can come online. These two are obviously a match. This is the... So, I feel this is a connection. This is a match, divine match, right? His book is open as well. Just, you know what I mean? And he hears the music. This is this thing that's luring him. What I want to say, though, is there is the positively aspected and negatively aspected Queen of Swords. This sword may have been the thing, like you were whacking things away, like keeping things at bay. It was the wall that was up. She was a slice first, ask questions later kind of a energy. And because initially I felt like that's the death of the old Queen of Swords. And my stomach is growling. And something else, we have the key. The key here. Something happens this week that is the key to bringing something to life and bringing people together. There is a key. And for some, it may be, because I want to say, some of you have already made the decision that you're open to love. And in that scenario, you get word. Okay, for those who it's not about another person uncoupling, what you may experience is this: you've made this decision that you want to move forward, and that you're open to love, and that you're open to like a deep connection with another. Your sacral comes online, and I feel like both groups will experience this to a certain degree. But your sacral comes online, and it is palpable. It is just, you exude, but you're not meant to act. You're not meant to seek it out. So there's absolutely no trying to make anything happen. You will receive information. Things will be, you will be guided. Things will be revealed in its right time. There is an unveiling of something here. And so it can, like, you will disrupt the process of unveiling and this coming together. And yeah, if you do, tell me. Oh, son of a biscuit. Two that are on the, we're almost done, guys, almost. Oh, good Lord. Oh, it's not going to be, it won't be long. I told you that I could tell with the, you know, the phases of the moon are not long at all. We have the Eight of Wands, which again can be communication. Or there's just this will move faster than you realize. This coming together, getting to a place of an offer of love is actually going to transpire very quickly. But most importantly, I say quickly because the Eight of Wands is a very fast moving energy. And you might come into connection or contact. Again, there was also a group I felt like you might get kind of like, there may be some quick incoming community, like you may get hit on. You may get like hit on in the right kind of way. Like, you know, someone flirts with you, shows interest, you know, it's like, but you're meant to let it reveal itself. But either way, there's some very fast movement. And some people think the Chariot is about fast, but I think my take is the Chariot's more about the momentum behind something. The force is so great, it is destined to succeed. Nothing can stop it. Because the idea is, I call it Rhino Spirit. Nothing can get in the way of this. Something happens and it will develop fast only because nothing can stop this now. Things are in alignment for this love to come about. So, again, for this week, you may be witnessing an uncoupling that is coinciding with the fact that you have, it may feel so synchronistic, but you're not supposed to act on it because you have kind of come open to the idea and notion. They don't want you to have necessarily any preconceived notions of this because this person didn't come to it haphazardly. It's actually been in the works. It's been strategic. And I feel like saying the suddenness of this information coming out is strategic as well when this comes out, because this person's been done in this arena. You may, if you feel any fears in regards to this, like, you know, because of how you are visualizing, how you see this happening, how the news comes out and the optics of it, don't do anything either. You're not meant to bring this together. You're meant to just take care of you and do you. I feel like as much self-care and fun as you possibly can. Nurturing all the things that you love. Keep doing the things that keep your sacral energy flowing, that keep your life force flowing, okay? For those where there's a person that has gone through this I'm coming back online to love, you may experience, and you're open to it as well, you may experience some massive sacral energy this week, ravenous at times, that is an indicator to you, but you are not meant to act on that, okay? So if you're just like, if somebody happens to show up, don't jump into anything like the sack. Don't do it. Wait, let something reveal itself to you, okay? Like, something will come into your purview. Someone will come into your purview. But sometimes when, like your sacral coming online majorly absolutely is an indication, and it's probably an indication that there is a person that is also, that you're meant to cross paths with, is willing to, you know, take moves. And they didn't come to this lightly. They had to go through a whole process to get to this point. So don't make any rash decisions. Just keep doing you. And if that ravenous feeling gets, you know, do what you got to do. Don't be afraid, because don't act out of fear. Like, don't be afraid that if you won't do something, then something might pass you by, because it's not, it's coming to you. And then for those that have just come into the idea of, like, you know what? Like, I'm actually open to dating again. I'm open to romance. I'm open to passion again, because somebody here, that group, you've been off the clock. Like, I feel like some shit's been shut down. So you too may feel a whoosh of energy. Like, woo, hot and heavy energy, right? And it's palpable. It's attracting things, right? It could potentially attract something that you don't want. Again, while you're supposed to observe and let something reveal itself to you and pay attention to the downloads. Again, sometimes the downloads make us think, I'm supposed to do something about this. And it's like, no, you're in the Queen of Wands energy. You're attracting right now. You're pulling it into your sphere. You are not meant to do anything because of the way that something is meant to unfold or reveal itself in a particular phase. If you act, you may actually just, you know what I'm saying? Again, that's why if somebody presents themselves to you like real fast, wait, because that might not be the person. Let something reveal itself. You'll see. Like, don't get wrapped up in the throes of passion. You know what I'm saying? Remain receptive. Remain open. Accepting of the downloads. Remain patient. This is not a patience where it's like it's taking a long time. You will feel something this week. You know something's happening. There's a distinct difference with you. You are going to be experiencing some energies you ain't in a long ass time. It's going to be intense. You will know something's unfolding, but you are not meant to act on anything. When things become very clear, then you can move forward. And there is a bringing together. Okay? And I feel like saying this is going to be a fast progression. So don't get it twisted. Some things are going to be happening very fast. I think this crossing paths, this coming together is going to happen a lot faster than you think. Again, phases, like the phases of the moon takes one whole month. You know what I'm saying? And so 8 of Wands, definitely very quickly. Like, I think that might be giving us a time frame here, okay? And just know that things are in perfect alignment for this to happen. And that's the only reason that this can happen very quickly. And so you don't want to take things out of alignment for this coming together, okay? So don't be afraid if you're like, but how? If they give you downloads and you get visions and you get like these knowings, don't be afraid of the, but I don't get it. Like, what does that mean? Or how's that going to happen? Like, be okay with it. Be okay with it. It's revealing itself. And it's already begun, I feel like saying. So this week is going to be palpable, ravenous. It's going to be palpable, ravenous, sacral energy. And it's going to be coming towards you. Wow. Okay. I hope this finds whoever it's meant for. I hope you have a fantastic, wonderful day. Thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you guys later this week.